Howdy, folks. YaBro versus Sofin, and YaBro is with me co-casting again. He's going to take the lead on this replay.
Yeah, I will tell you what goes through my mind and how I come up with such ridiculous plays. You are going to see.
So tell us a little bit about Sofin. The name rings a bell for me, but I haven't seen him play in the last couple of years.
Yeah, Sofin used to be a pretty good Fire Nature player. He played Lost Souls from time to time, like everyone in the top. But yeah, he has started playing the last couple days. I think he's still quite rusty. Sure, he hasn't played for such a long time. I don't know if he was playing in the open beta or not. But he wasn't playing horrible in this game. It was actually pretty interesting, pretty long tier 1 fight.
All right.
And as you can see, he grabs a well, which
Exactly. So what's your
is
thought process? He
not
grabs a well,
something.
and what do you want to do, YaBro? You figure you want to build a giant army and rush him?
Yeah, of course I will, because he
Certainly.
spent so much power. He used a wall, and he's having Sunstriders on it.
Right.
He's building a mortar tower on this spot, and the mortar tower, I don't know if he knows that the mortar tower got nerfed.
It
And
was
now has
nerfed.
this charge time after it's built up.
Yes, Order now has a 20-second charge time after it's built up. How about, yeah, okay, so you're going to skip him and go straight for the home base, rebuild another border.
Yeah. But it's way too late because, yeah, my Swift Claw is just going through and will kill this mortar tower. I'm going extra safe and hurricaning this Sunstrider squad.
That was probably premature because you don't have to get through building while it's still building up, right? You have this big cooldown time.
Yeah. So, at this point, I have actually an amazing position, but I really, really fail to take advantage of it.
Yeah, you got all these Sunstriders lined up for a beautiful hurricane.
Yeah, they're begging for it, but I'm not going for it. I don't want to. Yeah, and then I lose my Shaman, which was
Dryad, yeah.
just dumb. I could have healed, actually. That would have been better than spawning a new one and risking the dazed kill.
Yep, and at this point, Sofin has gotten 60 power out of his well.
Yeah, but I have a really good lead, and I managed to get my Shaman out of daze.
Yep, that's true. With 3 units, it doesn't look like much, but each one of these is 70 power, so that's a 200 power tempo lead you've got right now at his base.
Yeah, and I'm so much power, actually. I don't play any units. I don't know what I'm doing.
You decided to
many mistakes I'm doing here. I'm not spending my power.
Yeah.
Maybe should have played another Dryad. Yeah, I know what you want to say. I can save some power to have those support spells, like a Hurricane. That's true. But
as nature, it's not so bad if you don't play at your power limit, because you can always save power for support spells.
That's true, but if I want to be really efficient, and the time I win here is when I accumulate a huge army.
Exactly.
And I can do that through basically a Dryad spam, more or less. Not a spam, but if I can summon more Dryads and get them out of daze, I don't need Hurricanes anymore because I can just sleep the units.
Exactly.
And I have very strong attack units with my Spearman and the Swift Claw.
You're going straight for his orb, which is not the path I would have taken, but it looks like you're going to get it down.
Yeah, I should switch my Spearman here.
So I will There's no cost anymore.
Small damage. Yeah. When I realized that, I was like, damn, nature is actually good right now.
The small QOL change. Suddenly nature's good. I think the Swift Claw buff down to 70 power is more significant. Oh, it just barely survives. That's huge. Especially because he can't play anything.
And I'm still failing to activate my Spearman. Still in my mind. It's just my head is still in this spot where Spearmen have this 10 power cost to switch. Yeah, and he's rebuilding his tier 1.
Exactly.
I'm still not doing too much. He's
gotten
quite a lot of energy.
He's gotten more than 100 power out of the well. So even though you kicked him for 100 power, he's actually got the power advantage. Of course, you've got more units around, so you're going to kick more than one well.
Yeah. I definitely will kick this well, but I'm not doing too much against these scavengers.
Right.
And I'm still not using the ability of my spearmen.
You know, at least send them the type mutant units.
Yeah, I'm true to myself. If I do something, I do it right and all the time. Yeah, I could heal this spearman. Yes, that was actually good. I didn't remember anything good in this replay, but that seemed pretty good.
Yeah. That shaman spawn
Yeah,
earlier was pretty bad because when you spawn a shaman, the enemy can erupt it for 75 power, so that kills the shaman and damages something nearby.
yeah. Yeah, spawning dazed units against fire is always a risk, but when your Dryad is around, the eruption, I think, is not one-hitting your
Exactly.
other units.
But you spawn that shaman away from the dryad. That's why I made that comment.
Yeah, yeah, that was a mistake for me again.
It's pretty cool. I get to point out your mistakes instead of you pointing out mine.
Yeah, I know. What I'm
The
trying to do is I'm trying
splash
to point them out myself. So
before I get a chance.
yeah,
The splash from that Firesworn just perfectly killed those Windweavers a few seconds ago. That makes me jealous. My Firesworn never do that. They always leave just one squad alive and get killed up by a shaman later.
yeah, that's pretty damn frustrating. All those knockback units. Or when I get really frustrated is when something like a Nightcrawler takes six hits to kill a swarm troop.
Yeah.
And there's some consistency in that. I don't remember what, but there's actually a way to tell when this is going to happen.
Huh. Well, I would like to know if you know.
I don't know, but I'm trying to point out that someone knows.
Someone knows. Well, I asked
Someone
Radic
might
Lex,
know.
and he said he didn't know, so maybe he was lying to me. But if Radic Lex doesn't know, I don't think anyone knows.
Yeah, he's pretty much the god of Battleforge, right?
So you've got a commanding well position, map position. Sofin is turtling up with mortar towers, but and he takes a well, but there's like no reason for you to do anything. You can just outwell him, tier 2, prevent him from going
Yeah,
anywhere.
that's true.
There's no need for you
But
to rush these mortars.
I'm not planning on building up more wells. I'm building up the tier 2 because I'm pretty stuck here with my tier 1 units. And if he decides to go for an attack, I can't use those units at my main base.
Exactly.
So just to be safe, I'm grabbing my tier 2. I have a huge lead, I have a tier 1 army,
Yeah,
and I have map control basically, even though he has the middle spot.
winning tier 1 with Stonekin is so good, because Stonekin's tier 2 is just so oppressive.
Yeah, that's why I think that nature tier 1 is pretty damn good with Stonekin, because it can be quite aggressive in tier 1. And if you're a good nature tier 1 player, Stonekin is just amazing for you. I remember when Deca would have played Stonekin instead of pure nature, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, I never saw Deca play. That was a bad eruption. I never saw Deca play Stonekin.
Yeah, sometimes in tournaments he tried to tech some people with Stonekin instead of pure nature, but very rarely. And usually, yeah, there was like a special tournament or tournaments where you needed to play at least one Frost Splash.
Huh.
And there he was definitely playing the Stonekin deck.
Okay.
And he was really good with Stonekin. I was kind of surprised that he never played Stonekin.
I can't imagine a tournament where they would force you to play Frost. Frost is so dominant.
Yeah, those were good times. Those were good times. Yeah, and I'm now just wasting my units. But it doesn't matter. I know I've won. The Mountaineer against Pure Fire is incredibly strong.
Especially with such a tempo lead, yeah. At some point you can just I don't care about the shield, I'm just going to focus your orb and heal spam.
Yeah, and it's like I hurt you, because that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah, it's like, alright, well, I'm lazy, I don't want to micro, so, no, you're walking away, you're, okay.
Yeah, and those 4 Windweavers have just evaporated those Sunstriders.
Uh-huh.
Match winners here. Those were the match winners. Yeah. And
Sofin's playing
the
Pure
orb,
Fire
I don't
rather than
know
Fire Nature.
why I'm not focusing the orb. I should just kill the orb, and he's trying to rebuild his tier 2.
Yeah, over here. But,
and I have again quite a good army, and I'm grabbing my 5th well. So I'm up 2 wells. I'm in tier 2. I have a good army on the field, and he is just now going tier 2 again.
Yep.
Yeah, what should he have done differently? Maybe not take this well in the middle spot. Just go for the 2-1 fight. Or what he could have done otherwise was build up the mortar tower earlier.
I think he built it as soon as he can, but I don't think defensive mortar tower just works anymore.
Yeah, I mean, he built up 2 walls, which was... I don't know if that was the best decision.
The walls were probably too much, but...
Yeah, he should have just tried to defend that just with his mortar tower. I don't know if the wall was necessary in that case.
Yeah. Well, the problem with the mortar tower cooldown now is that you have to build it so far in advance that the enemy can just easily run to another spot. And so I don't think mortar tower defense really works anymore unless there's only one spot your opponent can attack. And
I played a game against Hero, and I played Frost tier 1, and he was playing Fire tier 1, and he still wrecked me with mortar tower.
Okay, offensively?
With offensive mortar towers, yeah.
See, I don't want to get into balance decisions right now, but my opinion on the mortar tower nerf is that it nerfs it defensively way more than it nerfs it offensively, which I would rather it have been nerfed offensively than defensively, but I
that
think
was the game, by the way. That was the game, by the way.
That was the game, yes.
I hope you enjoyed that. Seeing me trying to learn to play Nature Tier 1, we will have some more Nature Tier 1 by me. Because I'm still learning it. I'm still not as good as maybe in the old days, and my Shadow Tier 1 is absolutely horrible. But I'm trying to get better with Nature Tier 1.
Alright.
Because I think that it's just very nice to watch and play.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And I think we'll put a couple of these Nature Tier 1 games together. So in that case, see you later on in this video in a couple seconds. Howdy folks, we've got YaBro again versus Kakari in a big spectator map.
Yeah, now we can take a look again. Yeah, Numphy, Big AJ, and Xeros were experiencing this blast of a game you are going to experience now. Was Kakari playing Pure Fire, and I am playing Nature Frost.
So, in this situation right here, I think you can just root him and then kill a scavenger, and then you just trade 45 for 65.
Yeah,
45 for 60.
Definitely I could have done that. You are right. Maybe you should play Nature. Yeah, and now I'm doing it. It's not too late.
Yeah.
But if I would have done it earlier, would have been not that big of a difference, and my Swift Claw wouldn't have taken that much damage, definitely.
Yeah. So, just as fire against nature, you don't really want to spawn just one unit, because otherwise it just gets ruined and dies. And double dropping the Swift Claw is, well, it has 650 health, so it doesn't work. But it, well, actually, it used to work. You could double drop the Swift Claw. But I think with the power decrease, it doesn't really work anymore.
Yeah, he couldn't have erupted my Shaman either, because I was using my Dryad and...
Right. And especially if you play more than one unit, then your double eruption on the Swift Claw doesn't work.
Yeah, and he's now going instant tier 2 into Pure Fire. And actually, that is a pretty good spot on Wazai to go for a tier 1 attack, even with Nature tier 1 against Pure Fire.
Yeah.
Because they don't have amazing ranged units. Skyfire Drake is the best ranged unit they have, and I can just sleep that, and that's 100 power in an early instant tier 2 phase.
Unfortunately, you can't avoid shooting him with Windweavers and waking him up.
Yeah, that's always so annoying. And now I will go for a nice heal.
Mm-hmm.
And my Swift Claw is on as well, so I will definitely kick that.
Yes.
I'm hoping.
So you're definitely going to kick one well. I'm concerned that with Wildfire and Lava Field, you may kick only the one well, and then his counterattack may prevent you from going tier 2. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, because right now, quite a lot of people are playing Scorched Earth, especially in a pure fire deck.
Yeah, I
So
think
that's always a big danger.
everyone should always play Scorched Earth in a pure fire, especially since it's the Mortar nerfs. But he's not playing that. Interesting.
Yeah, and I'm ruling that in time, so his Fire Dancer and Enforcer are not able to go to my well, so I can build up my monument.
Yeah, very
I'm
smart.
now up one well, and there's the railing banner.
He's gonna go clipping, I guess. I think he wants to hit with the Skyfire. Is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That spot is not the most horrible clipping spot because I have my monument here and I can attack from the back and don't have to walk around.
Exactly, yeah.
But it's still not amazing.
It's still Fire Dancer clipping you, exactly.
Yeah.
But you know, Stonekin does have the best
I still have an excuse if it's working for him.
Yeah, Stonekin does have the best defense in the game, but this is Fire on Wazai, so. Interesting heal on just the Stone Shard. Is that just because you didn't want to walk back over here?
Yeah.
And did you lose your well?
Yeah, I was not paying attention here. I was just focusing on this fight. Because, yeah, I had the power. That was dumb from me.
Very dumb.
But, you know, I'm still learning this deck. And I think I'm confident enough now in my tier 1 that I will switch over to pure nature. Let's see how that works.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's tricky playing Frost when you don't really play Frost and you're like, oh wait, I have this cheat card, I can just heal my well.
Yeah. Okay. Now the Storm Singer, as OP as that card is going to kill that Enforcer. And I'm retreating here.
This Rallying Banner, that's still bad news for this Storm Singer.
Yeah, and Storm Singer is using its ability. He was getting way too close with that Skyfire Drake. That was not good by him.
Was this an intentional body block?
I don't even know which body block we were meaning, so I guess
so
no.
The Stone Shards had like one unit body blocking the Enforcer while the rest were attacking the Skyfire Drake.
Okay.
It was pretty awesome.
And I was luring that Enforcer to my base.
So the Orb will kill him, hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have enough power to really go for an attack at my direct at my monument here, and that's not a good position for him. I mean, at a very close well scenario, that's maybe fine against the Nature Frost. But if he's so close in my base and I can basically spawn my units in his railing banner, that's not a good position for him. Yeah, and here the Mountaineer is just so strong against Pure Fire. Especially on a distance, because you might want to play Siphons against a Mountaineer because he can just knock back basically all your counters except for the Skyfire Drake.
Right, but Stone Charge just wrecks Siphons, that's not even funny.
Yeah.
Oh, he missed with Wildfire.
Bad Wildfire here by him. And seems like this well is going to drop. And now I am up one well again.
Yeah, very good position for you. And I think keeping Void is probably good for you, because at some point Fire can just spam spells to punch through the defense. But I think in low power, Stone Shards and your repairs and heals are quite strong.
Yeah, Stone Shards are not that susceptible to those fire spells. That's a nice position for me. So while every deck really struggles against Pure Fire in a late scenario, I think, except for Pure Frost, but Nature Frost actually also is pretty decent in defending, even in the late game, tier 2. Yeah, and I have 2 Mountaineers up. One is at his monument down there, and one is going to his main base. He's already playing the Siphons, as we talked about, as a counter, because the knockback from the Mountaineer is not affecting all of them.
Right. On the other hand, Siphons are so expensive.
Yeah, and they're not an amazing counter. They're
Yeah.
just a possible counter because everything else sucks.
Yeah. Um, yeah, if you play Gladiatrix, then you can just target with the Mountaineer and Gladiatrix just dies.
Yeah.
It's only useful for Purifier if Purifier has the tempo swing and can invest more power.
Yeah, and he is going for another wildfire,
Mm-hmm.
and I should go for another root here.
Yeah, exactly. Slicing is also susceptible to root, so
I don't know what's going on here. Why am I not playing anything?
maybe
I
you're
have
waiting
so
for the
much
power to
power.
spam because you can't even break your shields.
Yeah. And now I'm just focusing the well. At this point, I might even be in the position to focus down his monument.
Right. The well is always safer, and
Yeah. And you
there's
know
no
what
way
you're
you don't
getting.
drop the well. Oh, why'd you walk away? You gave him a chance to kill.
Yeah,
You can kill spam.
I thought it was going to kill that, but
Yeah, bro.
seems like it didn't. I'm sorry, but
Oh,
look at that. Look
Hurricane
at
got
that.
it.
The
All right.
last second Hurricane kicked the well.
You know what would have
That
been
was
more
a nice
effective is
move,
if you
right?
just healed your Mountaineer, killed the well, and ran away.
No, I wanted to do it a sick way.
Yeah, okay. So perfectly okay. It's at 40 health, so I can walk away, let my Mountaineer die, and I kill it with a Hurricane. And that way I get the
Come
spam
on.
points. Yeah.
You never admit it, but at this point that was pretty damn cool, right? Admit it. Admit it. Say it. I want to hear it.
Nah, it was just sad. You had 200 power, and you had a last desperate
I
attempt to
was
kill it with the Hurricane.
I was just showing off.
There's the
Yeah, and
aggressor.
there I have the aggressor. Um, aggressor is usually not in the free PvP deck,
Mm-hmm.
but I added it in this one because I really struggle against Skyfire Drakes. When you play against people that are really good
Uh-huh.
with Skyfire Drakes and their micro, there are always cliffs and you can't really use your Stormsinger, and in an early tier 2 stage, that is so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah.
Right.
And he's giving up here
That's
because he has no wells left, and I have a huge army, I have a huge lead, and that game was basically decided by him going instant tier 2
yeah. Instant
and
tier
not being
2
able to defend that.
doesn't really work against nature anymore. At least not when they can clip you on one side.
Yeah.
Admittedly, that's a best case scenario for punishing instant tier 2, but good game.
Yeah.
Howdy, we've got YaBro versus Ulv on a generated map.
Yeah. Again, a match from me. Again.
From you. Of course, they're all going to be the same video, and it's going to say YaBro Showcase. So it's going to be pretty obvious they're all from you, YaBro.
Yeah, but it's a bad time to showcase because I'm still not that good. I mean, I'm not
That
horrible.
implies you were good at one point, YaBro. Oh, it's nice that I can roast you instead of the other way around.
Yeah, good thing I only saved the... No, I won't say it. No, I won't say it.
Okay, so you've got Windweavers and Spearmen versus a lot of Dread Chargers. Correct me if I'm wrong, this is not the way this matchup usually goes. I believe it's usually Windweavers and Spearmen versus Dread Chargers and a lot of Nox.
Yeah, there are two ways you can play it out as a shadow player. You can play the Dread Charger spam, split it up with Motivate, or you can play the Dread Charger, Nux, and Forsaken, split it up, which is a little bit better because you can shoot down the small units. The problem when you're playing Dread Charger is that sometimes they have to hit multiple times to kill the small units.
Right.
And like you can see right here, I can micro them away.
Exactly.
And so the heal becomes pretty effective. In that case, it wasn't. But I just thought to myself, instead of going for another Stasis squad, I can just heal them.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the best move, but yeah, he's following me again, and there I can go for another route.
Right. Root's super powerful, but you don't have that many units alive. I think your heal was not that efficient. You could make a shaman in the back to heal him up.
Yeah, like I said, I'm new with nature tier 1, and
this Dread Charger is getting away. Okay, very good micro from Ulv, and you're in a interesting position. I think with the root, it was looking a lot better for you, but now it's looking the other way. Oh, Ulv's Dread Charger died, I guess. Yeah, small health one.
Yeah.
And
But
you
this one
made
will
a
come out.
second Wind Weavers in the back here.
Yeah. Yeah, he's spamming those Dread Chargers, and something will happen
Yes.
that someone might expect and some might not.
Yes. And it's especially Ulv complains about this a lot, and I can see why he's about to make this complaint because he's literally only made Dread Chargers so far.
Yeah.
Okay, he comes around here with these two, but since they're two, he's not going to be able to get an efficient nasty off. And yeah, I think ignoring them for now is kind of the right move because you won't kill them before they get out of daze, and until they get out of daze, they do half damage.
Yeah, try to micro them away,
Mm-hmm.
and I can maybe go for another route if I want to, but I'm not. I'm just healing. I don't know why, but
Yeah, I think that was a not very good heal.
Yeah.
And Ulv, maybe he ran out of charges. He doesn't really have power to play anything else though, so if he ran out of charges, which is his usual complaint, there's not enough Dread Charger. He had another one, but if that was his usual complaint, I'm not sure it would have mattered.
Yeah, but I have to say that I played him this day. There was a couple days ago. I didn't have that much experience with nature,
Mhm.
and I played him like 4 or 5 times. And one of those times, he beat me in an incredible way. I have to say.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a very nice tier 1 from him, and he was microing so good.
Mm-hmm.
But at that point, I didn't know how to save those replays.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Shadow Mage is out from Ulf, and you've got a heal. But there's not really a good way to save this monument, so I think it's gonna drop.
Yeah. That's something that Radical actually thinks you shouldn't do. You shouldn't attack with Nature Tier 1 into a pure Shadow.
Okay.
But at this point, my lead was already I was already so far ahead,
Right.
and it was so close. He built that monument right before me, and he wasted his Dread Charger.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in a pretty good position to rush this.
Yeah, I agree.
And now I'm going for the safe spot because I could actually push into him now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's
Face
playing the
towers.
face tower. And props to Ulf for not using the face tower before. I mean, he had the chance multiple times.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Like when I retreated back to my orb,
Mm-hmm.
he could have run to the middle and played face towers,
Yeah.
but he wasn't. So we can all learn from Ulf.
All right,
I
so you've
know.
taken a well and gone tier 2 yourself. Ulf is trying to camp out this spot and maybe looking for his own tier 2. He just had enough power. He's got his tier 2. And he's bound a lot of power in tier 1, which is especially good for you because you don't even have to attack it, but he's spent power in tier 1 instead of tier 2.
Yeah, and Nature Tier 1 has a great carryover in Tier 2, even though you have bound power. But the Nature Splash always is still great with Tier 1 units, since you have such nice support spells.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in a better position with my Tier 1 units.
Right, and Dryad has a lot of utility that's really good, even in tier 2.
Yeah.
And you've got 2 wells up. Honestly, well, I'm not sure why the game's not over. I think you've got a crushing advantage. But
Yeah.
so props to Ulf for sticking it out, but then how come you didn't finish it, YaBro? Especially because Stonekin is got a really good matchup against Pure Shadow, at least in my opinion.
Yes, but only if you play a medium knockback. And I don't play Razor Shard and I don't play Stone Tempest. So I actually don't have that good of a matchup against Pure Shadow.
Okay, well, how about Mountaineer?
Yeah, he has Night Guard against that. Yeah, of course
Sure,
I
you
can
have
CC the Night
Boots
Guard,
and
but
Oink.
I mean, a good player like Ulf, he would play just 2 or 3 Night Guards and split them up. So I will basically waste my CC spells. And in the end, he will still get the Night Guard. But of course, I can always swap back.
Right.
but in a higher stage, they can still use Aura of Corruption and just hold me back until he gets the Harvester, because that's hard for me to defend, actually, a Harvester, because first of all, I don't play a Lyrish Knight, and of course I don't. And I don't have the Stone Tempest to CC those Shadow Mages, so he can defend quite easily, actually, against my other attacks, besides from Mountaineer. But I will use Mountaineer. Don't you worry.
Okay. It looks like Ulv is trying to scale up. He takes 3 wells versus YaBro0's 3 wells. But YaBro should have a pretty significant advantage because he's had his wells up earlier, and he kicked one of his orbs. You should kill your Windweavers, though. That guy's just biding power for nothing.
But maybe I will heal it. I don't know.
I mean, maybe, but is it even got enough value from the heal?
You see, there's a nice heal.
Sure, but you didn't even heal full health, which means if the Windweavers were dead, you could have healed something else for full.
I just like those, those special units. I like it when there's how do I put that? A rebel, okay?
Okay.
That Windweaver squad was a rebel, and I support it.
Something I want to point out here is that your units are all clumped up, which means that if Ulv has power, which I don't think he does, but if he did have power, he could nether warp you all away because your units are all clumped up in one spot. Also, you got a Storm Singer here who's just chilling. Alright, very nice attack from you, replenishing Ulv's well. That puts you up 200 void power and 1, well, you've rooted his Nightcrawler so you can come back and hit it. Shadow Mage, you gonna get your Storm Singer away in time? Yes, you do. Very nice.
Yeah, that stone shots were totally wasted.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you can always heal up, right?
Yeah.
And the power level is increasing for you. For Ulv, not so much. But as you said, as the game goes on, Ulv is going to get a chance with the Harvester. But I don't know. I still think defending a Harvester as Stonekin when you have more power is... I think that's not too bad. But I don't play that much Stonekin. Can't really say.
Yeah.
I just know that no matter what color I play, Stonekin always seems to beat my tier 2.
I mean, in the spot I am, I can just root, and go for the Spirit Hunters, and that should be enough to kill them.
Yeah, you can just heal spam. You got so much power. You can. I don't know why you're. Oh, you got the swap off. You didn't even notice. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. I told you he was playing better in tier 2. I was just playing horrible at that point, but the one saved me.
But yeah, I mean, you got heals, you got CC. I think you'll get the swap back pretty easily. How long does the cooldown take? Yeah, you can swap it back now. I guess you're just running away from the Dark Elves.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh.
Don't ask so many questions, man.
You got so much power, which means Ulv has power too. So Ulv might be saving to try and pull a Harvey out. He's got this Unbound Mountaineer. And meanwhile, you are walking all the way over here. I'm not sure why. When you got a perfectly nice orb here. Are you going tier 3? You have tier 3 in this deck, YaBro?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't play Stone Tempest and Razor Shard.
Fair enough. There you go. There's your tier 3. And this fight, the skirmish is happening. I'm not sure if you're trading super effectively, but effectively enough, given your power advantage. And tier 3. I'm sorry?
It's not effective at all, but it's working somehow.
Well, yeah, you just have power to burn. You just throw units and let the AI take care of it at a certain point. There we go. His Mountaineer is hitting your well. Full trick means it's not that dangerous. And so one answer. Take out the Mountaineer because you lost your Nightcrawler at some point. Well, it was the pressure, but Timeless One, Shield Building, Cobalt Trick, Glacier Shell. There's so much to defend here.
Yeah, I don't play shield building in this deck. But
Ah, okay. I mean, still with the CCs and stuff, and the Timeless one.
yeah, there's no way you can win this.
Yeah. I mean, you can trade for Harvester, right? But you've got a Stone Warrior, which is an Echo Counter, which will one-shot
Mhm.
Harvesters, I think, with their ability.
Yeah, they do.
So, yeah.
They actually
Interesting.
do also one-shot the Juggernaut with their ability.
Okay. Yeah, so interesting that you make the Stone Warrior walk all the way here when you could have made a Lancer. But Ulva's playing his tier 3. He doesn't want to play a Juggernaut when he saw the Stone Warriors. Maybe that would have been a strategy for you, is to not play the Stone Warrior, to bait out a kind of like desperation Harvester, and then be like, oh, just kidding, I've got Stone Warrior.
I was thinking that the Stone Warrior is nothing that he can defend easily with Shadow Tier 2, Saber Lances with a Night Guard and Nightcrawler. No, not Shadow Mage and Nightcrawlers are actually good to defend.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could also just play the Silverwind Lancers and then go for the Stone Warrior. That would have been basically the same, just
Yeah.
faster.
Well, all right. Good game. We've got one more until this video ends. Howdy, folks. We've got YaBro versus MattMcBack. On your man. YaBro breaks his wall first. Here, MattMcBack plays his unit in the wall. And this is an old school match. I haven't seen MattMcBack in the open stress test. But he was a very strong pure shadow player. Is that right, YaBro?
MattMcBack was Shadow Frost, and I think he's playing Shadow Frost here. I'm not sure anymore.
Okay, Shadow Frost. I thought it was pure shadow, but I guess I was wrong.
Yeah, and here you can see the improvements from the last game I played versus Ulf. This is like 1.5 weeks later.
Okay.
So let's see if I'm doing the same mistakes or have I improved at least a bit.
That nasty looks a little scary.
Yeah,
But-
bad nasty at this point. I can just heal up.
Yeah, exactly. At that point, you can heal. I think playing against nature is really tricky because you have to count their power exactly and know, okay, well, if I nasty right now, he can't heal. Okay, very aggressive monument position. Are you going to try and rush it?
I will.
Looks like you are. All right. I think spearmen are better for rushing monuments than windweavers, but I guess you want to get a nice spread with that one?
Yeah.
Because it's 480 DPS versus, yeah, spearmen are basically twice as effective as windweavers.
Yeah, now we can see if that's actually possible, because Radical still saying Shadow Frost, don't rush it with Nature Tier 1. Not a good idea.
Okay. But what should you do when you have 400 power bound in tier 1 units and your opponent goes into tier 2?
Yeah, if he's going like this right in front of me, I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
But
2 Dark Elves can get hurricaned. Let's look at MattMcBack's power. He's got power to kill one trick.
yeah, he's holding back. That's actually not too bad. I mean, he's looking if he can instantly play Dark Elf Assassins. That's okay.
There's a Shaman to heal up. Very good.
All right. That's
You're
also
still putting
pretty
pressure
good.
on the well. I just don't see you getting the damage in to kick this monument.
Yeah, that's the problem, because with Shadow Frost, you have this cooldown with your Cobalt Trick, and I can never deal so much damage that I will outrun this cooldown.
Yeah, exactly. Like, unless you've got Swift Claws and Spearman, maybe you can.
Yeah.
But you played a whole bunch of Windweavers. Like, when the monument was building, if you played 3 Swift Claws or something, maybe. Maybe it would have gone down. What's that?
At this point, I actually am not in a horrible position.
Yeah, that's true.
If you look at his power, he has quite a lot of power. I don't know why he's playing so much. He's holding back quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that he is. Yeah, that's one thing that he was going for, getting the Dark Elf Assassins in the root. Trying to get enough power to play both, because if he gets the Dark Elf in the root, I have to retreat.
Right.
Your forces are under
You can no longer hurricane, yeah. I mean, you've got the unit advantage, which is probably enough to make up for the tier advantage. You lost your Triad there. You are going to
Yeah,
prevent this Nightcrawler here.
and
But,
micro by me.
but your army has gotten quite low.
Yes, I
You don't-
have, but I have a pretty big power advantage.
Okay, you think so?
Yeah, he played like almost 200 power more than I have.
Oh, that's true. I was
Yeah.
expecting it to be the other way around, but yeah. Um,
And now I'm going tier 2, and I have actually a good lead now.
okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you were able to make him play a lot more power than you, even
Yeah.
though you aren't. Because I guess you had the unit advantage. He had the tech advantage, but your unit advantage was at least able to force him to play more power than you.
Yeah, and that's a nice route
Right.
that opens me up. Yeah,
And then these
and
extra arrows are going to hit those dark elves,
yeah,
and you take the fast. Well,
yes, because I see that I have a lead here.
exactly, and he can't really take a well without ground presence.
Yes,
Now you
and
still have
I'm still on offense. He still has to defend here. So
exactly. He still has to defend here, but on the other hand, he has to defend against like 280 power of tier 1 units, which, is the equivalent of a harvester, right? But way less effective than a harvester.
yeah, sure. If you think about it, that could be a harvester
Right.
standing here.
Okay, we got a burrower going here, I guess to just make a split attack and distract him.
Yeah,
He
I
can't
just
counter it with just one
want to
Nightcrawler.
forces are under attack.
I don't think that I can kick this well against Shadow Frost, but
Uh-huh.
I'm still up a well, and I can stall out that. If I just play passively, he will just go for a well. I can well up, and in tier 3 I have no chance against Shadow Frost.
Exactly. Well, how many cards do you have in tier 3? I wouldn't say no chance. Stonekin's still good, right?
Yeah, I say I have a good tier 3. I play 3-card tier 3, but
Okay.
yeah, it's still I don't have enough force to break through.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But by keeping the pressure up, you're preventing him from welling up too, so that's a good move, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and my tier 1 units are still alive. The rebels are still living, like I said before.
Playing
Good rebels.
half the game with your original tier 1 units.
Yeah, we're
Nightcrawler's got a frenzy.
6.5 minutes in,
Yep.
and they're still living, but now it's coming to an end.
Made some burrowers to attack.
Yeah, he hasn't healed up that well, so I can go in for a little attack.
That's true. We got a quick oink. And he should
Yes.
be a little bit low on power. No, he's not. He's got a lot of power. Never mind. He's just not been
Yeah,
playing
he
that much.
wasn't splitting up those units well. You can split up the Stormsinger and Nightcrawler so far that you can't oink both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's
And
an
my
attack
main
going on
base,
here.
he's going for an attack.
Your forces are under attack.
Yeah, so you retreated, he defended effectively, and he's got an attack going on there, which it looks like you'll stop. Especially because you also have Goblin Trick.
Yeah, but I'm quite low on power, actually.
Yeah, true.
And he activates his Nightcrawler.
Yep. He might be able to push through with that.
Yeah, that's why I needed the Glacier Shell.
But you'll stop him, yeah.
Yeah, I did stop it.
So meanwhile, this whole time you've stayed up one well by playing an aggressive Stonekin rather than a slightly aggressive Stonekin.
Yeah, that's my problem. I'm not used to playing so defensive. I mean, I played like Shadow Nature for a very long time.
Uh-huh. You might just stop
Mainly
playing Shadow Nature.
I don't know. I want to play Nature Tier 1,
Okay.
especially after the buff.
Well, you can still play Shadow Nature with a Nature Tier 1. Okay, you take a well, MattMcBack takes 2 wells, so you're equal on wells, and his advantages, your advantage is no longer increasing with every 2 seconds. Are you going to be able to punish this? Looks like you're chicken out, running away.
I don't think I am at this point.
Mhm.
I'm just going for a third well.
Mhm.
Mainly also because when I want to break through a defense on Shadow Frost,
Mhm.
I need to have multiple spots to attack on.
Exactly. That's the kind of game you have to play. Is on one hand, you don't want him to take wells because he outscales you at some point. On the other hand, if you don't let him take wells, then you don't have multiple targets to attack.
Yeah. And something will happen here that is actually quite nice to remember, because
Okay.
Shadow Frost is so strong in tier 3.
Uh-huh.
Many people fear not going aggressive when they go tier 3, because now he grabs his tier 3 with
Right.
Shadow Frost, which is the strongest tier 3 actually.
Mhm.
Maybe Pure Fire is, in terms of aggression, better,
Mhm.
but
But yeah,
overall I think that we can agree on that this is the best tier 3, right?
yes. But
No.
where's your other Mountaineer? You've got 300 power you didn't spend.
I don't know what I'm doing here. I have 300 power, yes.
You should
My
have used
Mountaineer is attacking.
2 more Mountaineers and attacked a bunch of different spots.
How much power does he have? Oh, he's very low on power.
Yes.
There's the well dropping.
Mm-hmm. And Stonekin does have a strong 2. It can play tier 2 versus tier 3 pretty effectively.
Yeah.
But there you go. You're
Horses
using
are
some.
under attack.
Mm-hmm.
What's also very annoying out of Silverwind Lancers, because I don't have a great M knockback.
Uh-huh.
Or I
Silver
have
Lancers are so good.
Yeah. They're actually so annoying. Such a strong card.
Yeah. They just have really good stats, and they're really cheap, and they're swift. They also have a lot of charges, which is
Yeah, and there got 2 more burrows to his main base.
Mm-hmm. His main base.
I'm
Sorry,
retreating
you
here
send it that way. Yeah.
because I don't have power for the heal yet. Now I have.
Mm-hmm. Well, you extend
And
like
the
instead.
Mountaineer is still hitting that monument.
Mm-hmm. You're
2
going straight for
burrows.
the orbs.
Yeah. Because at one point, if Shadow Frost is tier 3,
Exactly.
even though he has like 3 wells less than I have, he can still win that game.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
still
At some point, power doesn't matter. So I agree with this going straight for the orbs. Looks like he's gonna drop.
Yeah.
Nice.
And both orbs drop.
Nice. Yeah. So that's GG. It seems like it's still going on a little bit further.
Yeah, because he has some tier 3 units left. So
Sure, but Stone Charge will take care of those.
yeah,
Mountaineer
he's
is
just
attacking them for some reason. And MattMcBack's quite low on power
Under attack.
because he's started to rebuild his. Okay. The freeze will stop your birdworks. You make 2 more, and you're going back to this base to harass him a little bit. Mountaineer's babysitting this one Sylvan Lancer. And there we go, Stone Shard to take care of the other Sylvan Lancer. Your Brower here is going for the wells, it looks like.
yeah, because now he's tier 2 again.
Uh-huh.
I can go for a well again. He's not tier 3. I could go for the orb, I guess, but he will just rebuild it all the time if I don't kill his units.
Yeah, that's true. If you're playing hit and run, you're not actually killing these units, you're just going from one base to the other. Hitting orbs is good, because it's basically the same as killing wells in terms of power. But yeah, you very nice multi-attack, attacking everything else. I think this is a pretty textbook Stonekin play.
Yeah, I was maybe waiting very long to go in for the attack. Like you said, at like 300 power when he grabbed his tier 3, and I should have just immediately dropped a Mountaineer and 2 Burrowers at another spot and went in on the monument. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's I think the biggest thing he could have done better. But overall,
Yeah.
I think this is an example of why Stonekin is so good.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not salty.
Can actually attack.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think he's trying to freeze them with the timeless one.
Yeah, it looks
and
like it didn't go off the animation.
this monument will go down.
Your monument has
Yes.
been
Yep.
destroyed.
You know, you got
Yeah,
another tag going here. Very good keeping up the constant attacks. You might lose this well if you're not paying attention. Yep, okay, there you go. Last second couple trick. And I think that's the quit. Well, very nice way to end this video. Good games, YaBro, and I think we saw some improvement between last game and this game.
Yeah.
And I guess you're now a Filthy Stonekin player.
No, I'm going for pure nature now.
Okay, pure nature now. All right, that's true.
Or maybe, like you said, maybe I should just play Nature Shadow because no one plays that, right?
Yeah. You know, give people a surprise. What? Nature and then Shadow? Yeah. So, and we do have one more game coming up that will be posted on the Arius channel. That'll be YaBro's Pure Nature versus Pure Shadow. So that's historically considered a pretty tough matchup for Pure Nature, and I think you'll enjoy how YaBro handles it. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.